Hello from a cloudy day in Sydney. Today, as you can guess from the title, I'm going to Apple Store to buy my new iPad. We're currently in spring here, but the weather this afternoon is 17 degrees, so it's pretty cold to my tropical Indonesian skin. Especially South Pole's wind in my experience is a million times colder than the show temperature. It's also shown to have a chance of rain, so I bring my umbrella with me just in case it suddenly rains on the way there. Now, it's been a while since I posted content videos on my YouTube as I just moved abroad to study for my master's since early this year, so I definitely need time to adapt and settle here. As you can see, when I'm about to walk from my place, the rain starts, so what a challenging start to begin. If it's not for the new iPad, I'll just stay at home for sure. So the Apple Store is only 2 stops away using the L2 or L3 light rail heading towards Circular Quay from my place, and the closest station is Chinatown Station. The good thing about the L2 or L3 line in CBD is the light rail is always come every 3 to 5 minutes, and honestly speaking, I really like Sydney's light rail. It's my favorite public transport in Sydney. And I just need to have a quick stop at Town Hall, and then I'll get down at Queen Victoria Building or KVB station. And don't forget to tap off after exiting the light rail, or you might have to pay up to $200 fine. So this is what Sydney looks like at night. I have to say, Sydney is one of the prettiest cities I ever visited, and I'm so grateful to have a chance to live while studying here. The Apple Store itself is I think only a 5 to 8 minute walk from KVB, and there it is, the famous glass wall of Apple Store. You know, when you enter these glass buildings, your wallet is somehow unhappy? But anyway, now let's get inside. Most of people come for the new iPhone 16 series because it's late September, basically it's an iPhone season. So the iPhone tables are always crowded, especially during the weekend. So I'm taking the stairs to the second floor because I believe it's less crowded up there. And here we are. As you can see, this is the Apple logo, and the second floor is mostly less crowded and often has fewer lines compared to the ground floor. And there it is, the one I'm buying tonight. This one is the iPad Pro M4 in silver color, which is what I'm planning to get. But for the Pro, it's also available in the new space black color. And although it looks sleek in person, I noticed that the space black color is easily getting fingerprints. Now, the new Magic Keyboard is only compatible with the iPad Pro M4. But if you're a type of person who uses iPad Pro primarily for work, I highly suggest you to buy this keyboard. It's really slim in terms of the design, and surprisingly not that heavy. And it's also color matched with the iPad Pro, which looks very good. The new Magic Keyboard has additional function row keys on top, and the inside material now is in aluminum, so it feels like typing on a MacBook. I really wanted to get this, however the price starts at $500 for the 11-inch and $580 for the 13-inch. Now this price is quite mind-blowing for a student because with $600 you can literally get an iPad 10th generation. But I have to admit the typing experience is similar to MacBook. FYI, it's also available in white color to match with the silver iPad color. Now because I'm coming during Saturday night, so it's much more crowded than usual. Therefore I have to wait in line for around 20 minutes. So I try to explore the iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil Pro. This Apple Pencil has the squeeze gesture and hover mechanism, which is very good for drawing precision. But for me personally, I just use the Apple Pencil mainly for note-taking. And it's also charged and attached magnetically through the side of the iPad. I also explored the iPad Air series, and I'm considering getting the 13-inch screen, especially with the Air series, because it's significantly much cheaper than the 11-inch iPad Pro. However, I noticed that the 13-inch in person is a humongous size for a tablet. So if you want portability more than the screen real estate, then I suggest the 11-inch is the one for you. Now because we're currently in iPhone season, so let's explore the iPhone 16 line. The new iPhone 16 Pro is available in 4 different colors. The first one is the white titanium, which is my favorite one. It basically looks much more like a solid white this year. For the natural titanium color is having like a dark grayish tone on it, but it looks very good in person. For the black titanium color, this is the only dark color this year, but I noticed that the scratch looks more visible in this color. Lastly, we have the new desert titanium color, which is very similar to the color of classic gold iPhones. Next, we have the iPhone 16 in white. And then the new color this year is ultramarine color, which looks very interesting in person. Next is the pink color, so if you're a pink person, this is the one for you. There are also other colors available, but I couldn't film it because people are using it. So I took time to look around for other products such as this one, the HomePod Mini. And then the new updated colors of AirPods Max, literally just new colors and a change from a lightning port to USB-C. On the other side, we have the iPad accessories, and personally speaking, I really like the color option for the iPad 10th generation, especially the light blue one. I wish they have it for the Pro as well. There's another alternative to Apple Pencil Pro, which is the Apple Pencil with USB-C, but honestly the price is only $80 different, and with the Pro you get all the gesture feature plus it's charged and attached magnetically to the side of the iPad Air and iPad Pro. Last but not least, we have the MacBook Pro M3 series, available in 14-inch and 16-inch size, both in silver and space black color. Maybe with the M4 iPad Pro introduced last May, we might see M4 MacBook Pro coming soon. Now back to iPad, I'm having a hard decision to pick which color to go, but due to the fingerprint issue, I think I'll go with silver this time. Because last time I also went with space gray, so it's time to switch to silver. I mean, take a look of this clean and simple color. Not long after, my order was processed and we went straight to payment with just tapping through Apple Pay using my bank card. I actually went down to see the Apple Watch Series 10 and decided to get one for my mom in jet black color as well. So let's heading back home. I can't wait to unbox these. The ride back went smoothly with no rain, thankfully. And I actually unboxed the product the next day because I was so tired to prepare the unboxing video and need to prepare dinner, etc. So let's just skip it to the next day. Now is the unboxing time. This is my very first Apple products from Australia because I bring all my Apple devices from Indonesia. And this is the iPad box, and let's just put it aside for now. Next, we have the Apple Pencil Pro. Somehow I got the light blue box design, which is my favorite color. By the way, you cannot pick the Apple Pencil box design because they often will just give you randomly. And I also got this new Apple Watch Series 10 in jet black for my mom, but I might put the unboxing video in a separate video because this video alone is already long enough. So just put it back in and put the back aside. Let's just focus on the iPad this time. So the Apple Pencil Pro retail price is $219. And whenever I say dollar, it means Australian dollar. Next is the iPad itself. So I got the entry-level iPad Pro 11 inches with 256GB storage, Wi-Fi only. Now let's open the box. And I mean the green pill. As part of their environmental move, most of Apple's packaging right now is no longer wrapped in plastic anymore. And when you open the box, you'll find the iPad itself. Therefore, you just need to lift it up and turn the side to see the back. And I'm so glad I went with silver this time. Now, this is the most exciting part, which is to open the wraps. This is what the iPad Pro M4 looks like in silver. My first impression of this iPad is that it's really thin. I mean, just take a look at that. So the iPad has two speakers on top, and on the other side, I believe is the Apple Pencil magnets with the volume buttons and a USB-C port with two speakers on the bottom. Now, before we turning it on, let's just put aside and see what else we have in the box. The first one is of course the manual instructions, which we never read. So I noticed it starts getting reduced over time. Right now we only have like 2 papers of instruction manual. So let's just put back in. And I'm actually surprised / grateful because they're still giving the charging brick for the iPad. So let's open the wraps. It's in USB-C, and I noticed that this brick having like a grip design on both sides, which is very handy when you are plugging in and out. And this is the USB-C to USB-C charging cable, and I also noticed that it has some sort of like a braided cable instead of the rubber like what I used to have. But I prefer this one as the rubber one is extremely vulnerable. Now let's open it. And that's everything that comes out with it. I don't know if it's just me, but I always keep all the wraps inside the box with a thought of maybe might need it for reselling the device in the future. But let's be honest, I never resell the devices because I ended up using it for such a long time until it broke and cannot be resold. Or maybe because it was so expensive, so I kept even those rubbish. Anyway, never mind. Next, let's unbox the Apple Pencil Pro. Gosh, I cannot believe even the Apple Pencil has a Pro name now. But anyway, let's open the green peel. As usual, you'll find instruction papers, but I noticed that they don't give extra tip anymore, like my first gen Apple Pencil, and it's a sad thing because it means we have to buy the tip replacement. And personally speaking, it's going to be hard to replace if you're living in a remote place with no access to nearby Apple Store. Finally, the Apple Pencil itself, so let's open the wrap. Okay, that's such an unaesthetic way of opening the wrap. And coming from the Apple Pencil Gen 1, the weight is not much different, but I noticed that the feel is different because now it has like a soft made feel compared to the glossy grip feel on Gen 1. So now just put aside the pen and put everything back in the box. With all the unboxing complete, let's turn on the iPad. Once again, I'm really happy to choose the silver this time. I really love this color. Now the rear camera bump, the iPad Pro now has only one camera, one LiDAR scanner, an ambient light sensor, mic input, and a true tone flash. Coming from an old and thin 10.5-inch 2017 iPad Pro, the new iPad M4 is not much different in terms of weight. Maybe if you're coming from the thick iPad Pros, you'll definitely feel the difference. Now let's get through the setup. Choose language, select region, data and privacy, set up for myself, Face ID later, create passcode, don't transfer anything. Apple ID signing in, continue, automatic update, Apple Pay bank cards information later, Siri setup later, not now, don't share, and that's it. Let's just turn the brightness up so we'll see the tandem OLED in full. Next, let's attach the Apple Pencil. Continue. Trying the squeeze feature. It's quite cool, but definitely need time to learn. Continue. Next, I'm trying to practice the scribble features, but honestly, I always use the keyboard for text editing like this. But I'll give you guys a preview. And apparently, this Apple Pencil Pro is connected via Find My, so we can track the location of the pencil. Now I get it why it's called Pro. And that's all the basic setup. And I really like this design. Now let's try the charging cable. And I forgot that in Australia we must toggle the switch. I remember one time I forgot to toggle the switch on and woke up with all low battery devices the next day. I found no issues with the rear camera bump on a flat surface without using a case. I'm coming from an old 10.5-inch iPad Pro I bought in 2018 with the first generation Apple Pencil. Both are pretty much thin, and in terms of size form factor, it is roughly the same size. So this is a significant upgrade from me, from the old home button generation to the Face ID generation. I mainly use the iPad for note-taking, and it's been really amazing. This 6-year-old iPad has been with me since high school, then survived my bachelor's, and almost made it through half of my master's degree. Now it can rest peacefully and let the next generation continue its legacy. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in another video.